Everyone, it looks like everyone is here except for Councilwoman Dominguez. She will be coming as soon as she is here. So the first thing we need to do is the approval of the minutes for June 18th, 2024. Do I have any discussion on them? If not, I will take a motion.
All right, I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the Committee of the Whole for June 18th, 2024.
Thank you. And do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Oh, we have
Go
2
for it.
seconds, and that's fine, I'll take either one, that's great. And can we all say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Alrighty, so now we're on to discussion items, which is the reports from interlocal boards and committees. Each person has 5 minutes. We will start with Trans-Jordan Landfill with, my favorite, Russ Cup.
Thanks for having me on.
No, and don't you love the color of that shirt?
I do.
Thank you.
He looks like he's at a tropical beach.
It should be, right? Alright, so Trans-Jordan as a whole doing really well financially, and we're in the middle of building transfer station, so we're projecting right now March 2025 that will open, and then
That's sooner than our theater.
yeah. So Salt Lake County, they opened up an HHW. It's on right next to Sandy City Public Works on 7th West.
Yeah.
So our ABOP that we was collecting antifreeze batteries, oil and paint is now closed as of the 8th. So we were sending everybody down there. So just be aware of that.
Is that in the newsletter? That
Yeah,
It was, okay, it was, okay.
And when
I just can't-
It's
Or we put it in.
Public Works,
On social media.
social media.
Okay,
It's
well,
on
I'm
there.
not on social media, but that's okay.
It's all over.
But there's some of us that
really,
are
so.
not, so.
what's the address?
Exactly, I would say 87th South and 7th West. So just before you hit 90th on 7th,
On 7th West?
7th West, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So not too far from Murray. And that's where, behind that is where the new transfer station will be.
Oh, okay.
And they've done a lot of the concrete work and the tunnels is done, and they're just working on a little more concrete, and then they'll start erecting the building, so it's moving along. As far as budget goes, we're giving the employees 3.5 and a 4% merit for the year, so a little bit higher than what we gave out, or what you guys gave out. As far as tipping fees go, they were at 24 as of July 1, they're at 26 now for member cities. Commercial rates going from 39 to 41 a
Can you
ton.
hold 1 minute?
I can.
Jennifer has to leave. Madison needs to go get stitches. So will you take
Should
whatever
we
you need to
just
do?
take a break?
No,
Do you need to be here for minutes?
no,
I'm here already.
she's already here, she's fine. Everything's fine. I just wanna let you know where she went.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, Russ, continue.
So just as tipping fees, right, which affects all of us, so they were at 24, they're going up to 26 for the members, and then the commercial rates that was at 39, they're at 41. So that being said, with the transfer station coming online March of 25, that member rate is going to $36 a ton, which is $10 more than the tipping fee out of the Trans-Jordan. The commercial rate will be 51 a ton. So we have one more to extend our contract for ACE that picks up and hauls out there. I thought it'd be closer to what Trans-Jordan is, so I don't know if we're gonna get a break. It might be cheaper for us to haul all the way to Trans-Jordan and continue that contract versus $10 a ton here, so we'll just have to see how that plays out after we go out to bid or something, so. Other than that, that's
And
my
you'll
report.
monitor that.
Yeah, oh, for sure, yeah.
When do we get a bid? How much time do we have till we bid on that again?
We wouldn't go out, we have an option to extend the contract one more year, or I thought we'd go out if the tipping rate was gonna be the same or lower than Transjordan, because then we'd save money. The residents could save money, but it's not looking to be it's gonna cost that much, because we're just gonna be tipping it there and they're gonna haul it out to Transjordan until it's full, and then we'll go out to Bayview once it's full after about 10 years, so. We're still 10 years out of filling, smashing.
That's the one in Utah County, right?
Yes, the one out there in Utah, Alberta, so. And that's got 100-year lives, so we should be good for a while. But that's it. Any
Hey,
questions?
I have none.
Okay.
Do you, any more questions? Okay. Now we will go on to NeighborWorks and Murray Chamber of Commerce with Elvon.
Hi.
Hi, Elvon. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of updates to go through. NeighborWorks Salt Lake will start with their programs for down payment assistance and home improvement. So this year they've done 14 down payment assistance loans and they have 3 pending home improvement loans. Employee down payment assistance, they've had 2 applications. The down payment assistance and home improvement loans, they're currently out of funds. So we'll be bringing that to you and coming here in the future. Then Paint Your Heart Out is coming up on August 9th.
The 2 employees, were they able to get funding or they just applied?
One wasn't, just because when you have you and your partner's
The
incomes
120.
combined, the household income is over. And I haven't heard on the other one's reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So Paint Your Heart Out is the program where they paint houses or the exterior of houses. And they typically like to do at least one of those in Murray City. I don't believe they have a home identified in Murray City to do that yet. So if you have any suggestions of any of the residents in your districts, let us know. And then Trip Lane, they have underground utilities and they have the street in. It's looking really great. So if you have the chance, go by and see
It
it.
looks very nice.
Yeah. Any questions on NeighborWorks before we move to the chamber?
Nope.
Okay, great. The chamber is very active. They're doing a lot of things. Just a reminder, the member benefits for member businesses include networking opportunities. They're able to list on the chamber's online directory, which gives them a landing page that links to their websites. They do ribbon cuttings, grand openings, and open houses. They have chamber member specific promotions. They do event marketing through the community calendar and the newsletter. I'm working with Parks and Rec to have them post their events on the community calendar as well. That will get our city events out specifically to Murray businesses as well. They have opportunities to go on Good Things Utah at a discounted rate, community involvement, and access to chamber events, seminars, and workshops. Currently, new Murray businesses that just started here in Murray are able to claim a 1-year free membership in the Chamber of Commerce thanks to Murray City's membership payment. And then chamber events include that they're doing, they do a referral community every Thursday. They do Business Accelerator every other Tuesday. Business training courses. They do Women in Business. They have their annual chamber gala and fundraiser, as well as their annual golf tournament, which they just recently had. They're also working on hosting a hot air balloon festival, or Palooza, here in Murray in September. That's going to be the 19th through the 22nd at Cottonwood High School. And they're currently looking for sponsors from the business community for that. And they also do charitable giving. They recently, from the golf tournament, they provided $2,500 to the Children's Food Pantry. And then they also have they gave some money to the Murray Youth Community Council as well.
So
That's
it
it.
costs to go on Good Morning Utah?
It does, yeah.
How much
Unless
do
they
you know?
invite
I
you.
don't know.
Unless they So if you schedule with them, then it costs. If they schedule with you, it doesn't.
I'm not
Well,
specific.
the Murray
Yeah.
Chamber, it comes a part of the package, right? Like
Yeah,
it-
they
at
have
a
like
certain level.
discounted rates
Mhm.
with them.
Huh.
It's a marketing tool for
Interesting.
businesses.
But if the producers call you,
I have some,
Oh.
did they tell you how much they charge for a ribbon cutting ceremony? Can you
Um,
find that out for me? And just
yes, I can.
email me that, and
Yeah.
also, and how much is a membership for a business? Do you know?
It's all on their website. I don't
Okay,
have that memorized though,
okay,
but I can share that information.
okay. I was just curious how much the membership was and how much it cost for a ribbon cutting ceremony
Mhm.
on both of those.
I'll just add, they're working really hard. I know they've reached out to 20 or 30 businesses for membership in the last 6 weeks. So they're looking at other funding or opportunities and reached out to other organizations.
That's good,
So they're working hard.
that's good, that's good, that's great, perfect, love it. Okay, is there any other questions? Okay, there's now, we'll go on to Association of
Yeah,
Municipal
thank you, Alana.
Council. Diane Turner.
Okay, well, one of my resources left, so. So this is gonna be a really short report. Okay, so our April meeting was a legislative review, and we had Carol Moss, representative, and Senator Nate Bluen, and Senator Wayne Harper. And they came and talked about what happened, and so it was really interesting. It was interesting to have Wayne there, and he was very helpful and informative. So that was nice. And then on May, we had the Wasatch Front Regional Council, Bryce Bird, who is the director of the Utah Department of Environmental Quality, Air Quality. And that was interesting. And then the other one that I missed, Jennifer was at, and it had something to do with water. So that's my report.
Do we have any questions for Diane?
Any questions on the?
None? Okay, then we'll be going on to Legislative Policy Committee, LPC, that would be me. I did not attend the LPC meeting as I was in the ICSC, right, meeting, right? The convention, right, is that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. The acronym escapes me, but yeah, ICSC. I was at the convention, but in September, 4, 5, and the 4th and the 5th, we'll get lots of update at the convention, at the ULCT convention. So if you're planning to attend that, please let Jennifer know. And that's all I have to report. Is there any questions? Okay, then we'll go on to Jordan River Commission, Bruce Holyoke. Hello,
Hi.
Bruce.
How are you? Thank you.
Good.
All right, so the Jordan River Commission, just a couple of things that are going on this year and have been going on for several years that I don't know if you're aware of or not, but the Jordan River Commission has been heavily involved with some of the strategic plans in order to save the Great Salt Lake and to help make sure that that's a viable water system here in the state of Utah. Because of all the things it does, not only for our state, but for the country and for the world. There's a lot of things that come out of the Great Salt Lake, and mineral-wise, and also the brine shrimp and things like that. So they're heavily involved with that. And one of the reasons is because the Jordan River is one of the tributaries that flows into the Great Salt Lake, and in its drainage basin, it equals about a fourth, 25% of the water that goes into the Great Salt Lake. So the Jordan River Commission works hard to make sure that, keeping the water clean that comes in and that the water's there. So they work with state legislatures and also with other organizations to help make that happen. So that's a good thing. Also, because of along the river corridor, there's lots of vegetation, and in some areas there's quite a homeless issue, and so that has been brought up quite a lot in meetings, in fact, meetings and also commission meetings about what is being done. And so there again, in the different municipalities along the corridor, individuals are working to help mitigate that and to help find solutions, not just kicking them out of your area, but actually find solutions to help. So that's another thing they're involved in. Coming up in September is Get to the River, which is a festival that the Get to the River Festival encourages people to come out by the Jordan River and to see what's going on there. Some of the events, actually, right now there are 43 events planned for the festival during the month of September. And we have one planned for the 14th or the 16th of September, the 14th of September at Germania Park from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We'll be doing chalk art games and educational booth, and we also plan on having a couple of food trucks there for breakfast items.
When is that again?
That'll be the 14th of September at Germania Park. Starts at 8 a.m. and goes till 3 p.m. Also, the Jordan River Commission is sponsoring the Jordan River Walk and Talk, and that is in various locations along the Jordan River corridor. And they have one scheduled for September 16th at Winchester Park, which is in Murray, from 5 to 7. And also, just so you have an idea, a couple of the other things that are being sponsored for the month. Utah Hogle Zoo is doing a punch vine weeding up along the river, so that's an event that they're sponsoring. Tracy Aviary is Let's Go Birding Together, and so they have a nature center up north of where we are from, and there are opportunities to go there and see birds and stuff like that. There's lots of birds along the river. So those are some of the things that have happened in the last few months before his and that are going on, continuing through the year with the Jordan River Commission.
Wow, that's busy.
Lots going on.
It is.
And where is that advertised? Where do we
On
find
Get to the
that?
River Festival, that's the name of it, and they have a webpage and Get to the River.
Get to the river.
So you can go on and see all the different activities that are up and down through the corridor. All right.
Bruce, this is my backyard.
It is.
It literally is. There at least twice a day.
Yeah.
So I love what we're doing to keep this place and make it clean and just make it so that it can be a good place to be there. I have some concerns with that, which I'll discuss with the mayor, but there are some things that could be improved in that area.
Well, like to know. Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks. Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, we are on discussion item number 2, discussion on the fraud risk assessment. Finance Director Brenda Moore will be presenting. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you. This won't take very long. If you've been here more than a year, you've already seen it, because the state auditor requires us to go through this little exercise every year. We basically are at the same score we were last time. We have 355 out of 395 points. Our risk level for fraud is very low. We do have very good internal controls and policies, separation of duties, so we get that first 200 points that they award. And then because I have a CPA license and more than a bachelor's degree and stuff, we get a bunch of points for that, and I do CPE. So the only two that we haven't done, and I don't think we need to do, is the internal audit function. We are not big enough. Our internal controls pretty much take care of that for us, and then the auditor does review our internal controls a little bit every year just to see what we're doing. And
When you say we're not big enough, are you saying population wise, employee wise?
both.
Both. Okay.
Population, it would require at least 2 or 3 people, and there's just no reason that we need to have 3 people look at all of our an internal auditor redo everything our auditor does. Our treasurer does go out, counts petty cash, verifies, teaches and verifies cash handling. So we do a lot of this. And that's our biggest risk right there. And then a lot of our computer things, as long as our department heads are reading the invoices and looking at the stuff when they approve them, we're doing pretty well. Our likelihood is very small. And then we have an audit committee, sort of. The budget committee kind of works as an audit committee, and But it's not as formal as the one that the state auditor would like to see. Those are why those two are not marked. But we've got very low risk anyway. So I will have the mayor sign this and send it up to the state auditor or upload it to the state auditor's office. So all we had to do is mention it in front of you guys so that you know that you are responsible, overall. I did have this year, instead of just my staff signing the ethics, saying that they've read the city code on ethics, I had all of the department heads do it, and the mayor sent me back an email that said he would abide by our ethics policy. I do need to make sure that you have all, at least once, do the state auditor's training. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes. It's pretty simple. And the whole reason for this is they had a lot of very small entities, counties, interlocals, where there was no separation of duties, and the state auditors and the board members didn't really pay any attention, and the state auditor was just frustrated with all the fraud that was going on. And so they instituted this, and then we all have to do it because they can't just say, oh, some of you do it. So just to put it on our radar every year, so.
You know the certificates that you say that you have? Are you looking into the possibility of other employees that work with you, along with you, get those certificates or the extra education or?
Emily is working on her CPFO.
Okay.
She has passed 2 of the 5 or 6 tests that it requires.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
So yeah, she studies every night from 4:30 when she's done working till about 6 in her office to get through the modules and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, she's working on that, so she will be certified when by the time I retire.
Right, actually, I was about that out.
Thank you and congratulations. This is awesome again.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, it looks like we are done with all discussion items. 4:30, which is about less than 10 minutes, we will go into the council chamber for the redevelopment agency. If there are no other questions, we will adjourn.